I mean, they showed up, they showed out, and they called hella fouls against Caitlin Clark. Now, I told y'all, there had to be a shift within these referees, and we synced it on display today. I mean, you couldn't even breathe on Caitlin Clark. Foul, 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 foul. And not to mention, there was one point in this game where Caitlin Clark had 6
What began as a routine preseason game against Dallas quickly turned into something far more unsettling. The arena was alive, the pace was sharp, and every touch from Caitlin Clark seemed to ignite the crowd. Even in an exhibition setting, her presence carried unusual weight. By this point, she was no longer just a promising player on the floor. She had become the focal point of the sport, the one everyone had come to watch, and the energy in the building made that impossible to miss. Clark looked in complete control early, pushing the offense, moving the ball with confidence, and answering every defensive adjustment with another aggressive play. Then, in an instant, the momentum snapped. Driving into traffic during a fast possession, she was met by converging defenders and hit the floor hard. The noise vanished almost immediately. Players froze, fans rose to their feet, and all eyes locked on Clark as she remained down, holding her leg in a moment that turned excitement into fear. Plays rolled again and again. The incident began to take on a life of its own. What some saw as ordinary contact, others saw as yet another dangerous moment involving the league's brightest star. Within minutes, social media erupted, and Alana Smith's name surged into the center of the conversation. Clips spread rapidly, slow-motion angles intensified the scrutiny, and the debate widened beyond the game itself. The real question now wasn't just what happened on that play, but why moments like this seemed to keep happening around Caitlin Clark.
Out of fever did lose the game. Aaliyah Boston did not play. Lexi Hall did not play. And that was pretty much it. But overall, Caitlin Clark put on a master clinic today, bro. She showed why she's the best player in women's basketball today. Caitlin Clark synced that ESPN article. She's seen what ESPN wrote about her. She's seen that she ended up number 10 on that damn list. And you know what she did? She responded with a performance like we see on the screen. Balled out, whooped the ass, and the referees had her back to make sure she put belt to ass to any defender that tried to come in her way. I'm super happy with the WNBA referees, but something I'm not happy with is Stephanie White. I am not happy with the defensive schemes that Stephanie White has been calling. I am not happy with what she has been running, and I damn sure is not happy with Monique Billings. Monique Billings played like shit. She played like ass. And me personally, KK definitely needs to start, bro. Definitely needs to start. Now, there was a moment in the game where Caitlin Clark kind of skirt friends. Now, it was a flagrant foul that was occurred, and this is when we knew
her second, team's first. Her second.
Now, on this play, it was upgraded to a flagrant foul. Caitlin Clark trying to walk it off. Elena Smith got hit with a flagrant one. So, Elena Smith fouled Caitlin Clark, bruh, extremely hard. And
that question caught fire because fans had grown increasingly protective of Clark over the past year. Every hard foul, every collision, every overly physical sequence involving her seemed to trigger immediate outrage. This time was no different. Trainers rushed in, teammates watched anxiously, and the arena fell into an uneasy silence as people feared the worst. When Clark finally rose to her feet, the applause was loud, but the relief was incomplete. Even walking to the bench, she didn't look fully comfortable, and that uncertainty only deepened the concern.
She just looked pissed, to be honest. They might have just been losing the game. But, like, I still don't think there's a point in playing her against the Nigerian national team. Look, maybe you play her like 8 minutes because the fans are there to see her. But like, is a big thing. We're good. Maybe you play her 8 minutes because again today she played 16 minutes, 21 points. Maybe you play her 8 on Saturday. Like this isn't one of those games where it really matters. Like it does not matter in at all, to be honest. Like especially against a non-WNBA team. Like it's a game that's at, oh god, it's going to be at 1 a.m. my time in France. I have to stay up till fucking 3 a.m. to watch this game. But I think you either keep her out or effectively keep her out. Like I think you rest her. You rest her. Maybe you don't play her every single minute of the game. Maybe she gets rested. Look, I think she'll be fine. But the one thing is that it is very, very clear that the referees are calling the off the ball grabbing. Both sides. The Wings did it more in the Fever. And that would be that would genuinely be that's going to change everything, is the way the referees ref this game. Like she doesn't have to play through all the contact. Like the way the referees are reffing the game is good. And the good thing is that the Indiana Fever, or not Indiana Fever, that Caitlin Clark is going to get her landing zone fouls this year. She's going to get her landing zone fouls. And that's important. Because again, look, Caitlin, by the way, got one foul. She got one foul on a shot. Like, there is, like, the rest of the fouls were her just getting grabbed off the ball. That is the type of contact that nobody wants. Nobody wants you to be able to grab guards off the ball. And
while Clark tried to regroup, the reaction outside the arena intensified. Accusations of targeting spread online, and questions grew louder about whether the league was doing enough to protect its biggest draw. What had started as a preseason game now felt like a national flashpoint. Then Clark returned to the court, and the entire mood changed. Fear gave way to resolve. She attacked with force, pushed the pace harder, and seemed to answer every doubt with action. Each touch, each assist, each aggressive drive pulled the crowd deeper into the moment, turning her return into the emotional pivot of the story. By the fourth quarter, the game had become secondary to the reaction surrounding it. Fans demanded answers, questioned the officiating, and voiced frustration over seeing Clark absorb heavy contact yet again. After the final buzzer, that scrutiny followed her into the post-game conversation. Reporters pressed for clarity, coaches tried to cool the temperature, and Clark herself remained composed, refusing to inflame the controversy. But the larger truth had already come into focus. Wherever Caitlin Clark plays, the stakes feel bigger. Every game carries more intensity, every collision draws national attention, and every time she gets back up, the basketball world stops to watch.